Happy Friday, everybody. Today is day 5 of our self-love series in the Love You, I always want to say yourself, Love You to the Core challenge. Day 5 core workout. You had a choice today, or you have a choice today if you have not yet pressed play. You can do your workout with Autumn in the hammer and chisel core workout. That's the chisel. She's the chisel in the hammer and chisel. Or you can choose to work with Sagi, who is also known as the Beast. Either one, it's totally up to you. I actually prefer Autumn's. No, that's not true. I prefer all of Autumn's workouts in that program, but I actually prefer Sagi's core workout. So you do you. You certainly don't have to do both. Some of you are attempting both. I bow down to you. My core is on fire, so I will not be doing both, right? So congrats to all of you who have been showing up for 5 days, plugging into these videos, doing the core workouts, doing the homework that goes along with this. You guys are on day 5 of some self-care, some self-love. You are giving yourself time, and that is something that you should be proud of. And even though today is our last day together here live, I know, hashtag sad face, right? That doesn't mean that this stops here, right? There's a reason why I have invited you to be one of the 20 people I'm taking with me through Transform 20. There's a reason why I host online support groups and accountability groups, because I don't want this to end here. I want to continue to work together. And look, I'm going to be honest, maybe T20 is not your jam. Like, you've seen my workouts, you've followed me on Instagram or whatever it is, and you're like, no, right? We can still have a conversation and find a program that is more suited for you, or something a little bit more your level, your comfort zone, as a place for you to start. Okay, so I don't want you to feel like, gosh, I would really like to continue to work with Ashley, but like T20 is not my jam. You guys, there's so many other ways that we can continue to work together. So I don't want you to feel like, well, that's the end of self-love. I love myself a little bit and I'm done, right? No, I want you to keep going, okay? Before I get started, I wanted to remind you, right, that, well, I don't want to remind you, I want to tell you there are 11 ladies already in the Step It Up Bootcamp. 11 people have committed to getting on that Transform 20 journey with me starting February 25th. We are actually starting prep week February 18th. Why do I run a prep week? Because you're going to have 1 bajillion questions about everything. How do I use the step? What do I do for nutrition? How do I schedule all of this stuff? How do I find 20 minutes to do this? What are these containers? What meal plan do I follow? How do I make my shake? What time do I drink my Energize? How much time do I have to wait? All of these questions. That's what I'm here for, right? And we have a whole week for you to figure it out before we hop into the program, okay? So prep week starts February 18th. We hit the ground running February 25th. I have 9 more spots available in that group. So if you're thinking about it, if you're talking to your spouse, if you're trying to decide and budget it in and all of those things, you best be doing that quickly, right? If you order by Wednesday, you get qualified for the 2 beach bars, peanut butter and chocolate, as well as the chocolate cherry almond. That always does not come out of my mouth correctly. Hey, Lindsay. And that Energize packet, right? The fruit punch. We already have lemon. The fruit punch is a new flavor. So if you order by Wednesday, one of those packages, right? The 160 or the 215, either with Shakeology or with the Performance line, you qualify for those freebies, all right? Excuse me. So today we're talking about the word no. And this is a word that many of us only use to ourselves, but not everybody else, okay? But I do want to start off with the reading real quick from the same book we've been reading from all week, Find Your Happy. Today's reading is titled, I Stop Blowing Myself Off. Your needs are important. You may give so much of your time and energy to others that you feel exhausted at the end of the day. Your desires matter, and this is a reminder to make yourself a priority. When you show up for yourself, others will be more fulfilled too. You will find more balance when you stop blowing yourself off. I show up for myself. My needs are important, and it is necessary to listen to them in order to live a balanced life. When I put my needs first, I am showing self-respect and self-love to the world and myself. When I show up for me, I can be more valuable to others. What loving act can I do for myself? And again, I think you showing up here for 5 days is a pretty good example that you can show up for yourself. You want to show up for yourself. So I encourage you and invite you to continue doing that, okay? Whatever time it was that you spent logging into these videos, right? Doing these 10-minute core workouts or whatever it is. Take that time to do some self-care, do some self-love, whatever it is that you need to do, continue to do that. Create that habit, that daily habit, okay? You cannot pour from an empty cup. I love that thing. I said it earlier this week. You can't, right? Physically, like if this were empty, I could pour nothing from it, right? It's not empty. It's got stuff in it because I put stuff in it, right? And we are the same thing. So I wanted to talk about saying no today. I wanted to practice saying no. And I know some of you are like, what are you talking about? Of course I can say no, but do you say no? Because I find myself so many times where I'm looking at my phone. I wanted to bring it in here and show it to you guys, but it's charging. It was dying. I wanted to show you, I have an iPhone, right? And so I use the calendar on my phone, and I have little dots, literally, on every single day of the month because I have something going on every single day of the month. And when I look at a month and there's a day without a little dot, which means I don't have something going on, my heart is like exploding, right? It's like that little party emoji that people send for like birthdays. Like I love to have nothing to do because I'm always doing something. Why? Because I don't ever say no. We're having a party tonight. Great, we'll come. Doesn't matter that I have 4,000 other things that I could/should be doing. I always say yes, right? Oh, Harley wants to go here. Yes. We should get together and do. Yes. Can you come over and help? Absolutely. Would you like to volunteer to put something together for the PTA? Yep. Would you like to be the box top person for our school? Of course. All of these things, right? Sound familiar? So I have something to do all the time. And recently I started practicing saying no. So sometimes we have events that are happening and we just say, no thank you. We're actually just going to stay home. We're going to do a night in. We're going to not do that thing. I'm actually going to say, no, I can't help with this class assignment or drive for this field trip or whatever it is, right? I'm just using examples of things that I've been asked to do over the last couple of days. Practice saying no so that you can have time to do the things that you want to do. I just started reading a new book. It's actually, I've already read this chapter, but I read it so long ago that I had like forgotten what the first 3 chapters were, so I'm rereading it. And it has nothing to do with self-care or self-love, but in the book, she talks about going out on a girls' weekend. And the first thing that they're going to do is do one of those, like, I don't even know what they're called, like beer trolleys or whatever they are, right? You like sit on the bike thing and you guys are pedaling while you're drinking beer or wine or I don't even know. I've never done one if I'm being honest. So whatever, you're drinking something and you're rolling down the street. And it's like a fun thing that people do, right? When they're traveling or tourists or whatever. And so she says in the book, all of my friends are going to do this, but I am at the age now where I feel comfortable saying, no, that does not sound fun. But you guys go do that. I'll wait for you at the house, right? We need to practice doing those things. How many times do you say yes to a social engagement and then dread it for weeks, right? Kid's birthday party. cousin's birthday party. I don't know, right? Family gatherings, fundraisers for school. I don't know. All of those things. And then you dread it. You don't want to go. You're like literally dragging your ass out of the house because you don't want to do it. Then just say no. You're a fucking adult. Say no, thank you. You don't have to be rude. You don't have to be mean about it. RSVP, no, right? You don't have to answer to anybody. And if somebody asks you, say, we actually have something going on. That something is, I'd rather sit on my ass in my PJs than be dressed up at your fucking party. You don't have to say that, but you can think it and you can know it. Because self-care is important. How many weekends do you spend out the entire time? You're out, you're dressed, you're not relaxing, you have laundry waiting for you, you have a dirty house, all of the things, and then you have to start the work week on Monday with a shit of a house, laundry to do, nothing got done, you checked nothing off of your to-do list because you said yes to everything over the weekend, right? Now, I'm not encouraging you to be like a hermit and like never leave and not do social things, because social things are important. But I want you to only do the things that you want to do, right? I get together with my mommy friends. We just started this thing. We get together a lot, but we just started this thing where the last Sunday of every month, we're going to go and have mimosas without our kids, without our husbands, and we're putting it on the books, and it's an appointment we've made with ourselves and with each other, right? Now, there's going to be times where I can't make that. I kid you not, I look forward to it, right? Like I'm counting down the Sundays until we get to go do that. I get together with my girlfriends once a month, typically, when we have a Pinterest party where we have a potluck and we bring things from Pinterest. That is something that I look forward to, right? I'm never dreading that because it fills my cup. I get to sit down with other women, other moms, talk about things, gossip, bullshit, not be with my kids, not be with my husband, not be home. Sometimes I am home. I'm hosting the next one. But you know what I'm saying? Like it fills my cup. And so it's something that I look forward to. Do I look forward to going to a PTA meeting? No, right? Should I say next year that I want to be on the PTA? Probably not, right? I don't mind doing the box tops. That's my thing. I'm the self-proclaimed box top bitch. I don't mind doing that because that's something I can do in my living room while I'm watching Grey's Anatomy. Clip, clip, clip. Side note, if you're collecting box tops for your school, please make sure you're clipping them. You have to cut around the little lines. It literally has scissors on it, showing you how to cut it. And they cannot be expired. So if you have expired box tops, throw them away. And it's actually more convenient if you don't place them on that stupid fucking piece of paper. Just put them in a baggie. Groups of 50 would be glorious. Okay, I digress. Squirrel, I got distracted. Stop saying yes to the things that you don't want to do, okay? Take some self-time. Be home with your family. Stay home. Say no. If you don't have time to do anything, you are overbooked, right? And you have to start making time and making yourself a priority. My workouts are my time. Nothing happens until I get my workout done. I just had this conversation with a client. No, she said, I get home from work and my kids are there and it's like homework and it's dinner and it's all of this stuff. In our family, I cook dinner, right? It doesn't matter if I get home at 6 o'clock at night. Nothing is happening until mommy gets her workout done. So if you would like mommy to get her workout done, you best get out my way so I can get my workout done, because you're going to be hungry for a lot longer if you don't get out of my way, right? Because this is mommy's me time. Everybody knows that. That's not a conversation we ever have to have, because my whole family knows mommy gets home, mommy works out. Then we can do the things, okay? It's really literally that simple. It's an appointment that I made for myself. I would never miss a doctor's appointment. I would never cancel on a hair appointment or a nail appointment. I would never cancel on a date with my husband. I would never tell my child that I was going to do something for them and then not do it. So why the F am I doing that to myself? Also a conversation I just had with a client, right? Working out at 5 a.m. It's hard, right? But it guarantees that that workout is done. It doesn't matter what the hell happens in my day. Does not matter. I made an appointment with myself at 5 a.m. The alarm goes off. My ass gets out of bed. Do I want to every day? No, not really. Okay. But I need to get that workout done at 5 a.m. Period. No questions asked. If Harley told me, Mommy, I need to be up at 5 a.m. every morning to twiddle my thumbs, I would be up at 5 a.m. every morning to help her twiddle her thumbs because I'm her mother and I'm there for her and I support her, and of course I would do that, right? So why would I so easily and happily do whatever it is that Harley needs me to do, but I can't get up at 5 a.m. for myself because it's too hard? No, bullshit, okay? I come first. I cannot help my family and be the best mom, wife, teacher, etc. that I can be if I'm not taking care of myself. I'm just a cranky, crotchety ass bitch, period. And so are you. Let's be real, okay? If you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not showing yourself self-care and self-love, if you're not doing things for you that make you happy, you're not helping anybody else, right? You may be going through the motions, but you're not pleasant to be around. You're not really helping anybody else, right? Because you're miserable. Who wants to be miserable? Nobody. Nobody wants to be miserable. And it's your fault if you're miserable because you're not giving yourself enough time. And we're all guilty of doing this, okay? I lived this life. I get it. So I started giving myself some self-love, some self-care, right? Taking a break when I needed to take a break, going out when I need to go out, staying in when I need to stay in, asking for help when I need help, right? You guys have to learn how to say no, okay? And it's a little bit awkward and it feels a little bit weird, especially if you're a yes man or a yes woman, right? But it's okay to say no. You don't have to be rude. No, thank you. I respectfully decline, right? Learn how to say no. Practice it. The more times you do it, the easier it gets, okay? You do have homework tonight. I don't remember what it is. I mean, like, do you have homework tonight? I don't know. Spend 1 week aware of all the things you do that you could say no to that would create more time for yourself. So there's not really homework. It's really just an awareness, okay? Think of all the times that you're doing something that you don't want to do. It doesn't bring you joy, right? Are you guys Marie Kondoing right now? If it doesn't spark joy, you get rid of it, okay? I have brought that into so many places in my life. No freaking joke. Has nothing to do with folding my clothes into a little triangle shape that stand up. But seriously, like, doesn't spark joy, bye, okay? I actually just said no to something this week that took so much stress off of my shoulders. For those of you who have been around for a while, you know that I'm a high school physical education teacher. I've been teaching physical education for more years than I care to admit, because it just makes me feel so old, like for real. And I don't feel old, but when I say how long I've been teaching, it just makes me feel really old. So let's not talk about it. Let's just say a couple of years, right? So this last year, I took on a new assignment as a teacher. I came into the classroom. I'm also still teaching PE, but I also came into the classroom, and I wanted to try something new. I think the content and what's being covered in this class is super important. I love to share that information, but I learned this year that I am not a classroom teacher. Like, the best way that I've figured out how to describe it is this. I feel like an outdoor plant that was brought in and like set on a kitchen table, and like I can see the window and I can see the light, but like I literally cannot get my branches close enough to get the sunshine. Like, I just feel drained at the end of the day. And when the bell rings and I have packed my stuff up to go, when I walk to the door and like take a breath, like I just, like, instant anxiety gone. Like, I just need to be outside. There's a reason why I became a physical education teacher. I love to be up and moving and active and outside and not confined by walls. But the person that I'm working with really wanted me to be her person and like help her and support her and do this really hard job that she does. And I really wanted to be that person for her. And I felt so much like guilt that it was not going to work out. I was not happy. It was not sparking joy for me. I was feeling anxious, and all of that weight was on my shoulders. This Wednesday, I finally was like, I cannot. cannot do this next year. Like it's not sparking joy for me. I am miserable inside the classroom. Like if I could literally stand outside on the blacktop and teach this class, I would teach it forever, but I can't. So I can't do this, right? And so I said no. I said no, thank you. I tried a thing, I didn't like it. I said no. And it was like I took a whole 50-pound weight off of my shoulders, off of my chest, off of my heart. And of course I feel terrible for not being able to be that person for her, but I have to be me, right? I can't just do the thing because it would make her life better or her life easier. Obviously, I know that I would be able to reach so many more students and all of those things, but I have to do what's best for me. And sometimes that means saying no. And it felt so good to release that. So going forward for you guys, I want you to really think, I want you to Marie Kondo your life. Like, does it spark joy? If it doesn't, change it, fix it. Do something else. One of the pieces that I was going to read to you today was about changing your mind. Deciding that what you decided was going to be a thing that you enjoyed maybe is not a thing that you enjoy. Change your mind. It's okay. If you don't like where you are, it's one of my other favorite sayings. As you can see, I'm really into like mantras and sayings and quotes. If you don't like where you are, move. You're not a fucking tree. I'm gonna say it again because I fucking love it. If you don't like where you are, move. You're not a fucking tree. Okay, the quote doesn't actually have fucking in it. I just add that, but you know how I am. Do what you need to do. Do what makes you happy. Take care of yourselves. Do the homework from the self-love challenge. Keep pressing forward, okay? If you guys have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. If you need more support or help through this, that's what I'm here for, right? We can do this series again in a different way, right? We do still have 2 more days of the core challenges. Tomorrow is 21 Day Fix Extreme. So as a quick heads up / warning, tomorrow's core workout does use a small dumbbell. And by small, I mean not heavy, okay? So if you don't have your own set of dumbbells, you could literally use anything, like use a can of soup or use a jar of pasta or, I don't know, something heavy-ish, like not heavy-ish, like, excuse me, I just, 3 to 5 pounds. Excuse me, max, okay? You are going to use the weight with your core workouts. Sunday is Chalene Extreme. I've actually never done that core workout, so I'm excited about that one, okay? I'm still going to post those accountability posts in here. Keep in mind, again, those of you tagging me on Instagram, I haven't gotten any tags on Facebook, so if you've been doing that on Facebook, I haven't seen any of those, so make sure you shoot me a message if that's something that you've been doing. I do have a list somewhere of all the people that I've seen on Instagram. I don't know where it is, but I have it somewhere. It's right here. And I've been putting little tallies on there each day that you're doing it, and I will do the giveaway. I'll hop in here on Monday so we can talk about the giveaway. I'm still not telling you what it is, so keep tagging, okay? 9 more spots, you guys. T20. We're doing it. That's all I got for you today. Don't forget to do the homework. I noticed yesterday's follow-up was very quiet. So catch up over the weekend. These videos will not live here forever. I will take them down on a Wednesday, so you do have the 3-day weekend to catch up. If you have questions or anything, never hesitate to ask. I hope you all have a great 3-day weekend. We are celebrating my grandmother-in-law's 100th birthday tomorrow. We're heading out to the hall to decorate for all of that. So I hope you have a great night, and I will see you all soon. Bye.